Welcome to a session on The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Let's talk about the setting and background of the novel, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. So, the novel is set in the Midwestern part of America, specifically in the fictional town of St. Petersburg, Missouri. While Missouri is, geographically situated in the southern part of United States, it is often considered as the part of Midwest region. So this is the area where the whole thing is happening. This is a small picture of it representing it all. The novel takes place before the Civil War, and it portrays a small life, a very simple life in a small rural town in the Midwest of America. And while the novel touches on the issues such as slavery and race, it is not set in the deep South, which was the epicenter of slavery debate and where the Civil War had most significant impact. So you can see how there are certain characters like Jim who are literally slave in the house of Tom. So while the novel takes place in the region of the country that has often been associated with the South, it is not necessarily a Southern novel. You can't call it a Southern novel in the traditional sense. It is simply a depiction of a simple life in a very small town in the Midwest part during a particular time in the American history. And the novel is set, as I mentioned, in the fictional town of St. Petersburg, Missouri, which is based on the real life town of Bonneville, Missouri, where author Mark Twain grew up. And the story takes place, the time when it takes place is the mid 1800s during a time of great change and upheaval in American history. So at this time, America was a very young country, and the West was still being settled by the pioneers and frontiersmen. And the economy was largely based on agriculture and people working as farmers and laborers. And the country was also amidst the industrial revolution with new technologies and innovations transforming the way people lived and worked. So slavery was still legal in many parts of the country. The issue of abolition was a major political and social debate during that particular time. Tensions between the North and South were slowly growing and would eventually lead to the Civil War. And in terms of the setting of the novel, St. Petersburg is a very small town on the Mississippi River, which serves as an important transportation and trade hub. So all these things are quite reflected in the events happening in the novel. And the town is portrayed as a close-knit family with many families knowing each other and working together. The town is also surrounded by nature with forest, caves, and rivers, providing the backdrop for the adventures that Tom Sawyer and his friends are part of. And the setting highlights the importance of the natural world in the American life and reflects the spirit of exploration and adventure that was characteristic of time. Now, setting in historical background of the novel, it provides a rich context for understanding the different characters, the themes, the ideas of the story, and it also gives us an idea of the American life in the mid 1800s. That's all. Thank you.